So let's talk about technology again. I know there's a video that's already on here about incorporating technology, but I happen to have the pleasure of attending the Consumer Electronics Show, CES in layman's term, in Las Vegas. It's in early January. There are free tickets. There's a whole wellness home component. So if you're in Vegas, you have the opportunity to come to Vegas, come to CES. It is amazing. It is profound. And it's everything from TVs to EVs. And all of that is so cool to take in, the home robots. But what's near and dear and true to my heart is the technology in and around health and wellness. And some of the things that we saw was innovations on the technology of wearable tracking devices, where there was an app, a piece of technology that you could put on that would literally do recorded EKG, send that to your doctor. There was something that you could put on a child's diaper or around the stomach that would monitor all of the well-being. So cool, things that you just, you desire as a new parent. And if you have a child that maybe has health issues, and just being able to monitor those things in real time in your home versus a hospital. But the things that I really saw came around virtual reality. So there was this machine that projected makeup onto your face. And it was a little bold and brash for me. I'm not the biggest, I love makeup. I love the beauty industry. I just don't really do the bold as much. I love a little bit more of a natural look. And especially as I get a little bit older, I like a little bit more natural. But for someone who was really into makeup, it was absolutely amazing that it just projected it on your face. You could see what it looked like without having to, we've all gone into the store and tested the colors on our wrist and, all the different things. It projected it on and you could see which one was the best fit for you, what look you were going for, and then immediately go to the counter, purchase the items, and then have a makeup artist actually apply it if you didn't have the skill set. Had one of the best massage chair experiences of my entire life, and they have been around for decades. I just also found out through the CES and their magazine that massage chairs actually originated out of Japan. They're medical grade. They have to go through rigorous testing in order to reach the market, unlike the US. So that could be a plus and a minus. But this chair was like Thai massage. Like, it stretched you, it bent you, it did compression, it was shiatsu. Absolutely amazing. But not for consumer presence. It was definitely a home chair, just because of a lot of the movements just would not be acceptable, and it would be a liability in a spa or unregulated location, because there were so many things that it did could be a contraindication for someone who had back issues, leg issues, couldn't take compression. It was deep, it was intense, all the things that I love. But also, as a massage therapist for over 20 years, like, my level of touch and experience is very different than maybe that novice consumer. So understanding that, like, just because they make it doesn't mean you have to bring it into your location or it's the right fit for what you do. For the high-end hotels and spas, they had shower heads, they had unique toilets, various loungers. One of the coolest things that I saw, there were a couple of things. There was a lot of things, actually. But one was helping and assisting with walking. I have a mom who has MS and is no longer mobile. And so to see this technology and equipment that's helping that individual be able to move and be mobile again, it touches me in a special way. There was makeup that was more accessible. So, I have on my fingers and all of my digits in an ability to move things. So you don't think about necessarily someone who can't take the top off a lipstick and turn it, and all the difficulties that come with using that. So there was makeup that was much more accessible to a non-traditional user, that was just a lot easier. There was another makeup brand that was doing like tones and shades of foundations to see if it matched, right? Because they can sell you that on a great social media video, and then you get home and it makes you look great. I just had that happen like 3 months ago, where I was like, oh my goodness, I have to try this product. And I got it, and it was not the level that I thought it was going to be. So we had to go back to our standard that I've had almost 20 years. Just love it. It works. It's a mineral makeup. Some other things that I really saw was just things around the house to make life easier. There was a lot of stuff with sleep. There's another video that we did talking about how sleep is so important, and it was the pillow that would move when you started snoring. There were beds that were helping with sleeping. There was just a variety of equipment. Again, the wearable technology, which was monitoring your sleep and your rest and recording it, and then actually coming up with AI, a system to assist you in getting better quality sleep. So it was recording that information, putting it into AI, and then the output was a strategy on how to have you sleep better. I am a huge proponent of technology. I love it. But at the same time, I'm a bit of a lagger. So those are marketing terms, right? So a lagger is someone who's a little bit slow in the uptick. So I'm always aware of the technology. I just don't always need the first iteration. And I think that just comes from my research background, and that I need to see how it works. Does it work? What are the issues? What are the counterpoints? Where is it going to fall short? Before I make that investment. I don't want to be anybody's guinea pig. So I'm very aware of the technology that's coming. And, you know, there is the massage robot Airscape. But there was actually another one out of China that had a very similar concept of the robot arm being able to massage the back. Again, we're still in that first iteration, but I think in 5 years, that's going to be commonplace. And it was interesting to see another company on that same track. They also had arms that could pick things up, put them on the shelf, take them off. Again, thinking about as we continue with a labor shortage, people not coming into the industry, of how can you have someone assist you restocking the shelves, those little small things that are nuanced but time consuming, yet so important to your clientele. It was just so many amazing things to see what's coming down the pipeline, what's in ideation, and then what's about to launch. This was my 3rd year attending CES, and what I realized over the years is almost 80%, 90% of these projects are never going to make it off of the show floor. They are just an ideation due to funding, due to, scalability, all of those other issues and challenges. But what I will tell you for sure that's coming to the spa and wellness industry is tech, and you are not going to stop it. And when you think about who the consumers are, if you are going just for baby boomers, you're going to have issues, because baby boomers are not the largest population anymore. Gen X women control the wealth. Millennials are huge on the concept of spa and wellness and this beautification, youngification, and they are putting the dollars behind it. But they want those experiences. They want it to be Instagrammable. They want the tech. So if you are not creating those types of experiences, you're not going to be able to attract that clientele. And if you can't make it, maybe you're in another country, budgets don't allow, whatever the reasoning may be, go to the website. It's CES.com. There's also CTA, which is the Consumer Technology Association, which hosts the Consumer Electronics Show. And they send emails out, I swear to you, like 3 times a day of what's the tech that's coming. I will say that wellness is not always at the forefront. It just doesn't have those big names and big companies behind it. It does tend to be a little bit more automotive, the computers, the AI, things like that. But they do include, like the article they had about the massage chair and the history of it and where it came from and what it takes. So there are those pieces and tidbits and just ideas of when that door opens and being able to see the future, and then how do you adjust now for the future that's coming? How do you adjust now for this new consumer? How do you evolve. I think that's so important. It's not just the pivot. I think we're pivoted out from 2020. Now it's an evolution because it has to be a constant growth and adaptation to what's coming, keeping those core values, but you have an opportunity to see the future. So how do you adjust and evolve to meet what's coming down the pipeline? You know, you can put some comments in the bottom. I'd love to hear your feedback. And with that, until next time, be well.